Scott's Geography Notebook. Did you want to try saying it?
Da, da, da.
As part of the hydrologic cycle, we want to talk about the water that's on the surface and the subsurface. First off, I want to talk about where it is and why we care. Now, surface water, we can see it's all over the place, right? So we have our rivers and we have our little streams that are feeding into our bigger rivers, and the rivers come down a delta. We're going to have our lakes and we're going to have our oceans. Yeah, that's all going to be on the surface, and our lakes and ponds and all of that good stuff. The rain starts to fall down and it starts to make other puddles and other things around here, but the other part that we really care about is the subsurface. Now that subsurface is going to be just below there. It's going to be that region that we call the soils. Now the reason that we care so much about that is because it's what sustains life. Now, before we get too much further, I want to take just a short break and have you take a look at my lawn. All right, let's talk a little bit about dirt. Well, if you talk to the dirt scientists, they don't really like to call it dirt. They like to call it soil. But this is it. I destroyed my lawn in the name of science. As you can tell, we have the very high quality crabgrass in our yard. But underneath here, this is where the magic happens. Okay? If we were to dig all this apart and get down into here, what we're going to find is that there are all these roots. And all these roots are coming down into the soil. All right, now, there's all sorts of crazy things that are going on down here with other fungi and bacteria and all sorts of good things. And then we've got the bigger bugs and all sorts of crazy things. But these little roots are going to be going down into the soil. And that's the moisture that they're tapping into. Now, this lawn obviously needs to get watered, but crabgrass will go through just about anything. But we need to water the lawn so that these roots can get the water, because those roots goes up through there and through the little branches and out to the little green leaves where the photosynthesis takes place, make sugars to store and to grow and to build and all sorts of exciting things like that. But that's where those roots are going to be tapping down into there. This is where we care about soil moisture. If there's not enough moisture in this soil, then the roots don't have the water that it's able to pull up. If it doesn't have the water it's able to pull up, then the plant is going to go dry, and it's going to start to wither away. It's going to wilt first, and then if it still doesn't have any water, then it's going to die. Okay, so we have those roots that are going to go all the way down into there, and that's what sustains us, right? It works kind of like this. Perfect. We have soil moisture. And that soil moisture is what goes into our plants, through those roots, goes up through those plants, and, so it's going to be going up into there, and it's going out to make the leaves and all of the other things there, and that's going to be in the vegetation. Now, I might come along and find where's red? Here we go. I might find a nice juicy apple on that tree, or cherries, or pomegranates, and I eat those, and that makes people happy. People eat plants. Or the other thing that it might do is, with the soil moisture, it might also create little grasses. And then the cow, which I will be terrible at drawing, comes along. And we'll say that he looks kind of like that, and then he dips his head down to eat the grass. Good, and he's got his legs there. Good. The cow eats the grass, right? And the grass is getting its life from the soil moisture. And some of us choose to eat animals, and eating makes people happy. If we didn't eat vegetation or animals, if you so choose to do so, then we would be very sad without the soil moisture. So although we're not the farmer, although we're not out there, we still care a lot about the soil moisture.